All right, everyone, welcome to Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas. I'm Joshua Jacob. On today's show, we have a very special guest. We have artist Kip Henderson. He's in the project of working on a 200-page Winnie the Pooh comic book, which is very cool. And I'm excited to learn about this project. So, welcome, Kip, to Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. And your skill work is incredible. Like I've checked out some of your stuff on your page, on your Instagram, and I'm just like, God dang, I wish I knew how to draw like that. So,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot of practice, a lot of hard work.
yeah. And first, before we get into the interview, I just want to say, I don't know how long it's been, but congrats on getting married. I mean, I saw my brother told me that you got married. Was it very recent or?
Yeah, almost exactly a year and a half ago. So thank you.
Oh, a year and a half ago. Okay, it's kind of still fresh, so that's cool. But yeah,
Yeah,
congrats on that, man.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Thank you,
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into your story. Just like what motivated you, inspired you to pursue being an artist. So we could start there.
Yeah, I, as a kid, I loved sitting at my craft table, and it was a little rickety thing with marker stains all over it, tape, glitter, and I just loved making stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and as a kid, I had a sketchbook, and then in high school, my friend came up with an idea for a comic book character, and I was arrogant enough of a artist to think, oh yeah, I can draw a comic book. And so
Yeah.
he and I just started spending every day after school uh, working on this comic book idea, drawing. And that's when I started filling up sketchbook after sketchbook after sketchbook
Wow.
and realizing, wow, this takes a lot of work.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think that collaborative process of workshopping story with someone, workshopping ideas, uh, really pushing yourself to be the best artist you can be.
Right.
Really started there in high school and continued on into my career.
So it started in high school, the journey on learning that.
Yeah, for learning comics and really I just took a sketchbook around with me everywhere I went and was
Wow.
drawing all the time. So that's where that started in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, in high school. That's the same for like Josiah. My brother, he's really good too in sketching and just drawing. Well, I don't know about I know he's really good at drawing, but sketching, I don't know if they're pretty much the same. But yeah, back in probably early 2000, my brother was really good at drawing like comic book, well, like figures like Spider-Man, Batman,
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
figures, and he was good. I was like, oh dang, dude. So that's cool. I mean, you guys have that similar experience of in high school doing that.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, so from the high school point, then you went to college. Which college did you go to?
I went to Biola University
Very
and
cool.
I before going there I met a Disney artist
Oh, you did?
doing
Okay.
yeah doing I think cleanup for Gravity Falls,
Oh,
and
wow.
he told me don't get an art degree, get a film degree.
Oh, wow.
Which
Okay.
which was really eye-opening to me because I had always assumed that I was going to get an art degree.
Right.
But
I mean, that would make sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
but instead I applied to the Biola Film program and I ended up majoring in screenwriting. And so that really taught me how to tell stories well.
Oh,
Um,
that's interesting. Okay.
and then I was able to just teach myself art for the most part. And
Yeah.
I got plugged into the Pencil Mileage Club over at Cal State Bulletin. And so
Okay.
that was my community for entertainment artists in terms of drawing. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, and I'm so grateful for the Biola Film program because not only did it teach me story, but it gave me all of these industry connections that I've been able to leverage throughout the rest of my career.
Yeah,
And
no, yeah.
yeah,
And I have to say that's probably was a good move, or was a really good move to do that, to start with screenwriting as they suggested, because now you can use your drawings for storytelling and know how to do that. So yeah,
exactly.
that was a smart move, man. Good for you. Yeah. So, so then after Biola, what's new? What's going on with the projects? Like, and then, I mean, I guess you could share a bit from what happened after Biola and then moving into the Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. So, um, while I was at Biola, I was already working for Zach King, the
Okay.
internet magician star,
Oh, cool.
and so I my first comic was with him, and he has this magic persona and has started telling the story of where like those fictional powers came from.
Oh,
And
okay.
so while I was in college, and for a few years afterwards, I made a comic about the idea of, oh, what if he had inherited those powers, and what would previous generations of magicians have looked like.
Hmm.
Um, and so that was my first comic, was the Zachary King comic with magic and FBI agents and dragons, and
Oh, that's
so
cool.
that got me really taught me what it takes to make a comic book, and
Yeah.
um, how to pace yourself. And honestly, that in many ways was my professional art education because, anytime I had to draw like a tiger or something, I
Yeah.
had to go learn how to, okay, what does animal anatomy look like, or how do you draw buildings? And so that comic forced me to learn a lot of stuff. Um,
Wow, interesting.
After that comic, I began working with Viola Davis's company, 2V Productions, and together with them, I released my first video game on a tiny
What?
little handheld device called the Playdate.
Wow, no
And
way.
so,
Okay.
yeah, so that took a couple years, and I in the midst of that, I developed different video game prototypes, and um, I was joking with my wife the other day is whenever I'm supposed to be working on something is when all my best ideas for what I want to work on next
Oh,
um
okay.
come along. So
Yeah.
while I was making one of those video game prototypes, Winnie the Pooh entered the public domain, and I love classic illustration,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I began to wonder what would it be like to take Winnie the Pooh, which just has those simple line drawings, and
Right.
translate that into like a full graphic novel with highly illustrated panels. And
That'd
so
be,
like
wow.
that idea started working in my head.
Yeah.
And so while I was working on the video game prototypes on the side, I was like seeing if it was even possible. Like if my artistic skills were up to the challenge of completing what I had in my head.
Yeah.
And I started looking on that, and people who I showed it to were like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" And
Yeah.
so for the next year or two, I had it in my head of like, "Oh man, like that's what I would love to be working on." So in
Yeah.
the midst of the video games, in the midst of all the other projects, I had that as like the dream project.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I think what really motivates me in terms of uh, just what I want to work on is really pushing the limits of my skill and the quality that I can produce.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so that to me, I mean, I love the story. I love the characters. I could talk a lot about them. But to me,
Yeah.
the core of like what motivates me is really wanting to make something at the upper limits of what my skill can achieve. And
Wow.
and right now that's the classic illustration style of Winnie the Pooh.
Wow. That's it, huh? So that's the ultimate of the goal to push you past a limit that you were like, I'm gonna challenge myself to do this? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I think the question that motivates me is the like the hypothetical of like, oh, what would it look like if I did this?
Mm,
Or like what's what could I what's the upper limit of my ability in this arena? And
yeah.
so it's hard for me to focus on one medium where I've done
Okay.
board games and video games
Yeah.
and storyboards and uh sculptures and comic books and it's and animation and it's this desire to test myself in each medium and
Dang.
see what I can achieve and see um yeah where the limits of my ability are.
Wow. Well, I have to say, you're definitely blessed. You know, God has definitely blessed you with skills that, I mean, like I said, checked out your page and your work, and I was really impressed. And especially Winnie the Pooh. I mean, just that itself, just for what I saw of just the pages that you sent me, I'm just like, wow. I mean, I'm looking forward to when the book's officially done. So, do you have an idea when the comic book will be done?
So that's the crazy thing is each page takes me about 20 hours. Uh,
Each page? Really?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
just because
wow.
it's so detailed. So
Wow.
if I was working full time on it, which I hope to start doing very soon,
Yeah.
um, it'll be done in about 2 years. So,
2 years. Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
so not
Okay.
for a while.
Not for a
Um,
while.
yeah, I'm currently talking to publishers, so I'm really hoping that they can uh, we can work something out so that I can work on it full time.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, and but I mean, otherwise, I would just do it on my own and self-publish. But
Yeah.
I love working with people and um, yeah. So hopefully, 2.5 years from now is when the book will be done,
Oh,
and
man.
yeah. So, but I mean, depending on what kind of deal a publisher and I land on, I
Yeah.
do hope to continue publishing it online as I go for people
Okay.
to enjoy.
Enjoy
Um,
it. Kind of enjoying.
unless,
Yeah.
yeah, unless the publisher has some other preference as to how they would want to work. But that is the plan as for right now is to put it out online so that people can enjoy, and
Yeah.
then when it's all done, I I mean. I'm also really looking forward to holding the book in my hands.
Oh, of
That
course. I
sounds
mean,
like
yeah.
such a joy. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I mean it's a great accomplishment to have your actual comic book in your hand to know like it's officially
yeah,
done.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's great. You know, I'm curious. I mean, of course, a lot of us love Winnie the Pooh, grew up with that, watching the classics. You know, just what do you love about it? Like, what has it brought joy of when you were a child? You know, in that kind of us, you know, like what we've gone up in that era.
yeah. No, I mean, I grew up reading Winnie the Pooh and watching the Disney version.
Yeah,
Um, it's so clever and so um like all the wordplay is so much fun.
yeah,
Um, and I just really enjoy that style of writing. And then I think I think my favorite um aspect of it and to go back to like English class is actually the dramatic irony, which is the reader knows something that the characters don't. So you see this happen most often with characters like Piglet, which is my favorite character. Piglet will he's so nervous about everything that he'll make up excuses about why he can't do this or he can't do that. And we as the reader know, uh, you know, he's totally making up these excuses. Like, he has nothing planned in the afternoon. He's available to go help Pooh hunt a heffalump, but Pooh has no idea that Piglet is just making up these excuses. And so there's that dramatic irony
Yeah.
where the character is making excuses or trying to pull a fast one on the other character, and they don't know it, but we as the reader always do.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
love that storytelling technique, and it makes for so many fun character moments, and it's just so much fun to illustrate that.
No, it is. Yeah. And I agree. It is very an interesting classic film of just even the live action one was great. What was it called? Christopher
You know,
Robin?
yeah, I've never seen that one.
Oh yeah, never seen it? Really? I actually thought that was pretty good for a live
No, no,
action.
I
Yeah.
should watch it.
Yeah, the Christopher Robin
All
movie.
right, I'll
Yeah,
have to check it out.
it's on Disney Plus. But yeah, that when that first came out, I mean,
Okay,
my Josiah and I were impressed. We were like, I mean, it was very to the real deal of the voice. I mean, everything was just great. It's just different because it's live action. But yeah, I think you'll definitely enjoy that. Yeah.
awesome.
And Kip, we want to know your side of just like how did you and your wife meet? Like, that's a side of your chapter of your life that I think you would love to definitely share on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, my wife and I are both big fans of Andrew Peterson, who is a singer-songwriter and also a fantasy novelist.
Okay.
Um, and he, so my wife and I met in high school,
Okay.
going to the same high school youth group, but we were just acquaintances. Um,
Wow.
if you had
Okay.
asked me then, like who in this high school youth group room are you going to marry? I would have guessed a lot of other people before I guessed her.
Is
Um,
that right?
yeah, but and then
Okay.
we went to the same college and we lived in the same dorm room. And again, we were just acquaintances, like
Yeah.
maybe a wave when we passed each other in the hallway.
Really?
Um,
Wow.
and so years after college, we both went to this Andrew Peterson concert. I went with my dad, and she went with her brother. And she remembered my dad from different high school missions trips that we would take back when
Interesting.
we were going to the same church. And
Yeah.
so she recognized him and came over to say hi to him and saw me and said hi as well. And she was just so kind and cheerful and thoughtful that I immediately knew that I had to try and set her up with my friend.
Set her
Uh,
up as a friend?
with my friend, yeah,
Oh, with your friend. So you weren't even
yeah.
thinking about
I
yourself.
was not even thinking that her and I would be at
Wow.
all compatible.
That's crazy. Oh
And
man.
so I went home and I went on her Facebook to
Hmm.
see if she was single for the
Yeah.
sake of my friend.
Right.
And while on her Facebook, I saw that she had a blog. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what she writes about.
Yeah.
And so I started reading her blog, and it was really well written and really thoughtful and really profound
Wow.
and moving. And I ended up getting really deep into her blog, and I read one article that she posted where she works as a nurse and she had just come off a really hard shift and went to Trader Joe's and was really blessed by a kind employee that just asked her thoughtful questions. And she says at the end of the article, if I ever get a chance to thank Latrell, I would love to. And it turns out Latrell records his rap albums in the office next door to mine.
What? Are you
Yep.
serious?
And
Oh, wow.
so that was the reason I reached out to my wife, Amanda, and said, hey, guess what? I know Latrell. You can say thank you for his kind words. And
Yeah.
she says, oh, wow. Why were you reading my blog? And I said, oh, you are, when I saw you at the concert, you reminded me of a friend. And
Yeah.
she said, oh, well, what did you think of my blog? And I said,
Yeah.
oh, it was amazing. And I gave her paragraphs of why I loved it.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, would you be willing to uh, uh, review my poetry as well? And at that point, I thought, oh, I wonder where this is going. And so I called up my friend and said, hey, you weren't gonna ask Amanda out or anything, will you?
Hmm.
Uh, and he says, oh, no, you go right ahead. And said, okay, cool, thanks.
Okay. All right,
And
cool,
so,
dude. Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny.
And so I agreed to meet up with her over poetry, and we go to this
Yeah.
cafe, and um, I am entirely Q-tube fed, which means I get all of my nutrition through a port that goes straight to my stomach,
Okay.
and I will still go out to eat with people and eat communally, but I'll
Okay.
just eat the food and then spit it back out so that I can enjoy the taste.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
we, yeah, so we go to the cafe, and sometimes I'll get something to eat, sometimes I won't. And when we sit down, Amanda asks me if I would like to get anything. And I say, oh, no, that's fine. And then I ask her, have you seen me eat before? Meaning, like, have you seen me pour my formula down my tube and into my stomach?
Okay.
And she says, oh, maybe. I think I remember that from high school. And so I get my food, and we discuss her poetry, and it's good. I like her prose better, and I was honest about that. But we had a really good discussion,
Yeah.
and I go back to my office, and the next day I receive a message from Amanda that says, "Hey, I just wanted to apologize. I'm so sorry if I offended you by asking you if you wanted something to eat. It
Oh,
was
okay.
really inconsiderate of me, and I just didn't really think about that." And my least favorite thing is when somebody tiptoes around my disability.
Mm.
And to be honest, the reason that I had initially thought about just setting Amanda up with my friend instead of going out with her myself was just because she is so sweet and so nice that I thought maybe that's not the person for me. I want
Wow.
someone a bit more snarky, a bit more sarcastic, um, a bit more willing to uh joke around with me.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I I that message came in, and I thought, oh no, like this is everything that I was worried about. And I thought, okay, well let me give this girl one more chance. And so I responded and said, hey Amanda, I cried myself to sleep last night. You broke my poor little disabled heart. I couldn't believe you brought up 23 years of insecurity and committed this awful social faux pas. And she got that message and was able to laugh at it. Um,
That was a nice
so
comeback, man. That was great.
yeah, so
Yeah.
so she passed the test, and then she said, "Hey, there's this Japanese art show that looks really interesting." And I said, "Oh, I would love to take you out on a date to go see it." And so that became our first date.
Wait, wait. She asked you on a date, or you did?
She recommended. She said, "Oh, this art show looks nice," and I
Oh.
said, "Oh, I would love to take you out there."
Oh, I see. So she
Yeah,
recommended of a show, and then you brought the fact of asking her out on a date.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then
So,
and the answer?
oh yes, I mean she made it very easy for me.
Oh, very easy. Well, that's good. So she just
Yeah,
said, "Yeah, sure, I will go."
yeah, yeah,
That's awesome, man. Good for
yeah.
you. So when she answered and said yes and everything was flowing, I mean, what was your thoughts? Like, oh wow, could this be leading to something down the road that could be my wife? Or I
Yeah,
mean, well, first girlfriend, of course, start with that and then go from there, you know?
yeah. So I had been in a very serious relationship all through college
Oh,
that
okay.
actually ended in a broken engagement. And
Oh,
so,
really? Wow.
yeah, and so I think for me, I was really thinking about like, um, okay, when I've tried to, I don't know, I think for all of us, there's a difference between like what we're attracted to
Mm,
and what would a healthy option be.
I see.
Um, and so, uh, I mean, I'm very attracted to Amanda, but at least initially, Amanda was not the sort of rough around the edges, snarky, Um, uh, I don't know. I mean, she is very playful and very fun. But there was a certain type of girl that I was attracted to that was not Amanda.
I see.
And
Yeah.
so when when she asked me to review her poetry, um, I began to realize, oh, this could turn into something.
Wow.
And and my thought literally was, if I'm not careful, I could end up getting married to this girl. And I think for me, it was
Wow.
like a real exercise in trust of like, okay, I tried
Yeah.
it my way before. That didn't work out.
Mm,
Um, I am going to prioritize integrity, commitment to God,
right.
um, kindness. Um, uh, I like over. Do we like the same movies, for example?
Right.
Um, so it's a real like okay, God, I'm trusting you on this one. This isn't the kind of person that I would normally date,
Right.
but I've been met with disaster when I've tried to do it my way. So I'm
Wow.
going to see where this one goes. And it's just been more wonderful than I could have ever anticipated.
Wow.
So
That's
I'm
awesome, man.
really happy in marriage and just with being with Amanda. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, congratulations to you and Amanda. And what a beautiful
Thank you.
story. What a beautiful story, brother. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
To me, it just really seems how we think we know what we want, right? But God knows what we need.
Yes,
Even,
absolutely.
yeah, even in a partner.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can admit to the same where we do have our own that our types of women that we go for, right? Sometimes they don't work out, but then look, God has something that of someone that we just never thought
Yeah.
was our type, but could be the greatest blessing ever to have in our life. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that story. Beautiful story.
Yeah.
Just in time for Valentine's too. That was great.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Well, Kip, before we end on this episode, I just want to say thank you again for your time coming on Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas. How can the viewers find you on social media and kind of stay updated on this comic book of the Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, all of my tags are Kip Henderson Art, so you can find me on Instagram at Kip Henderson Art. You can go to my website, KipHendersonart.com. You can sign up for my newsletter on there in order to
Okay.
be notified when I post new Winnie the Pooh pages. Um,
Um,
and yeah,
that'd be awesome, man. Yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to holding that comic book in my hand as well.
yeah.
And I want it to be signed, okay? I want an autograph from you.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, but yeah, please don't give up on that project. Keep going. I know it can be probably overwhelming at times because it's 20 hours a page. Like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
Jeez. But yeah, just keep going, brother, because there's a lot of Winnie the Pooh fans that would love to read your comics. So
yeah. Thank you, man. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, such a pleasure to have you on. And guys, if you'd like to share your story on Rhythm and Rose Las Vegas, my Instagram is Joshua Jacob Official. Feel free to send me a message. We would love to hear your story. I believe every story matters. Every story can impact someone, and you never know where that journey might lead. So, but yeah, thank you again, Kip Henderson, for coming on Rhythm and Rose Las Vegas. And
Yeah,
guys,
thank you,
this is Josh.
Joshua.
Yeah, thank you. And guys, this is Joshua Jacob, Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas.